20 years, 2 strokes, 2 marathons, 2 Guinness World Record attempts. And here we are. Today is Thankful Thursday. It's also Throwback Thursday with Fiance Files with the one and only Sekou Wright and Fee King. Join us today. Check in, chat with us. We're talking about all things love, relationships, friendships, challenges, how we navigate our relationship. Let's go.
Hey folks, we're getting there.
Welcome back to Fiance Files with the one and only Sekou Wright
and Felicia King.
Oh my gosh, I don't think you've ever called me Felicia King.
Oh yeah, I you know your whole name.
Oh
wow.
My gosh.
Fee King.
You gotta
Fee King.
come back someday. So
yeah, but I gotta
your
do
pretty
things.
Face is cut off.
I gotta do things. Well, the things on the computer.
Okay, I have a suggestion. Talk to the folks.
Okay, folks. So here we are. We're checking out everything. You're giving me a bar stool. Okay. A bar stool.
Yeah,
all right.
See?
There we go. All right. So, welcome to another episode of Fiance Files.
How many have we done?
I don't even know.
We gotta keep track.
Yeah, we do need to keep track.
I want to say, I don't know, 12?
No, I think more than that.
You think?
I think so.
4, 8, 12, 3 months. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling this morning, Sekou Wright?
Feeling fine. Yeah. I got out and did my run today.
By himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what was... I guess nothing. I was trying to think something interesting happened, but nothing. I just was running out there.
It was hot.
It was hot. And I didn't want to go. Sweaty. I didn't want to go. And actually, I didn't give myself enough time to wind down. Like I ran to the back corner of the building and then came right upstairs to do my push-ups. And it was not a good look. I need to stop further out, as I've been doing. Stop further out, go to the park and cool down.
Yeah.
But I didn't cool down today. I was feeling it. But remember that I don't love running. Just remember that, people. I don't love running, but I do it because I want to prove to myself that I can do it every day.
Yeah, I think, yes. I think also there are other reasons why you do it, because you've been doing it before your stroke. And so I think the takeaway for people, and maybe for you, is you get to not enjoy doing something, but know that it's good for you. And so you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're so caught up on how things feel or how we feel towards things. Like with food. It's got to taste good. I don't want to eat that or drink that because it doesn't taste good. And it's like, sometimes we're caught up on the taste or the feeling. And what's most important is the benefit that you get from running and exercising. Last night.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were over there.
Yeah, last night, his mentor, Harriet Cole. What's up, Harriet? Harriet Cole called. They were talking, and somehow they got to talking about, was it running? I don't know how you two got on the subject, but she reminded Sekou of how he, at one point in his life, was starting to look kind of like a middle-aged. You had.
Trying to get it out.
I'm doing my best to be gentle and kind with it. But it's the truth. He started having a dad body.
I don't remember this.
Oh, we do.
But I apparently looked heavier.
Lots heavier and puffy, and And so when he started running, I don't know if your intention in running was to lose weight.
No.
I think it was the mental, right? To help you deal with some things that were going on in life. The byproduct of that was he lost over 50 pounds. And he stopped drinking. And say, who's one of those people?
Wait a minute, I just remembered something.
Ooh, what'd you remember?
I remember being here in the building, and I remember going to a thing downstairs. You know how they have things downstairs, they have parties downstairs on in club?
Yeah.
I went down, and everybody was like, oh my God, you lost so much weight. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I could not see it. And I was like, you lost so much weight. And I was like, how much weight have you lost? I was like, I don't know. Does anyone have a calculator thing? And I went down the hall over to the gym and got on the weight machine, the scale, and came back. Said, I lost around 50 pounds. They're like, 50 pounds? I was like, yeah, I guess I did lose weight.
How do you not see it? Like when you get in the shower, when you look at yourself,
every
your
day.
face.
Looking at yourself every day, it just looks the same. But I remember that now.
Let me tell you.
Was wooing and on.
If you look at the intro photo, so we have a video, the intro video. That photo that photo of us three. It's a back in the day photo from, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I want to say maybe 2000. It was a long time ago, Sekou. That photo, you are different. You are a thicker, a fuller. That one. Come on now.
Look at your face. Share this with everyone so everyone can see.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's go back here and then share. Present.
Grab my tea. I'm all up on you. Sorry.
Share, and then I got to get it up there.
Oh my goodness.
They're not up there yet. There we go.
This photo right here says and shows it all. This photo right here.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Look at those cheeks. Look at those squirrel jaws. Those are jaws. I mean, yes, we were younger. Yeah, that was a different period in your life. And so Harriet mentioned that last night. Prior to last night's conversation with Harriet, I was sharing with Sekou how there was a time when he was a lot bigger. And he said, I don't remember. I was like, what? So I went into the closet and got out one of his IDs.
From the car show.
I was like, Sekou, you can take it down. I was like, Sekou. He was like, oh, yeah, I guess I was. I said, yeah. And so Harriet said, you went from having a middle-aged dad bod to a teenage bod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, high school skinny. She reminded me that I called myself high school skinny because I was in Nashville. Hey, Mom. I was in Nashville.
Hey, Mama Ford.
And I was putting on clothes that fit me. I thought those clothes were long gone, way too small. And I was putting on clothes like, oh, this fits. So that's when it really hit me. I was like, okay, now I've lost weight because I'm fitting my high school skinny clothes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was funny.
I mean, it shows in your face initially. It's the face. I was like, wow. But you put in the work. Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes, far too often, people, we want the results. We want to make more money. Results. We want to be wealthy.
Right.
We want to have location freedom, time freedom.
Location freedom.
Yeah. We want to travel. We want to see the world. We want to go to the museum. We want to go to the beach. But are we doing the things that will get us the result that we want?
Okay. So this reminds me of something. This reminds me of the book that I was reading this morning. I was reading to you this morning. That was a switch.
I love that.
Was a switch.
And I pulled one of your numbers. I fell asleep. Did you see me?
I was glad you fell asleep because I was struggling. because myself has not caught up with reading out loud as much as it's caught up with reading internally. Now, even internally, I still have to reread some things. I have to focus sometimes, but when I'm reading out loud, it gets a little janky.
It was great though, because I have a comparison from when you were reading out loud to me from the 30-day mental diet about a year ago, like night and day.
Wow.
Night and day. So it was good.
Yeah. So I was reading this book, The Smartest Man in Babylon. The Smartest Man in Babylon. Old book. I mean, super old. And I was reading the part about the gold. I mentioned this before, but the gold is the story. Each book of the book each chapter of the book is a new story, right? And so I was reading this chapter. I was reading the rules of gold, and the first rule is pay yourself first. And we're talking about an old book, and to get that same knowledge from then, way back then, and currently,
yes,
it's just crazy to think that that's the main thing.
It's confirmation.
That's it.
And so I was still awake when you read that part, and I said, all of the thought leaders, all of those who are teaching metaphysical principles are saying the same exact thing, from Jim Rohn to Earl Nightingale to Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Tony Robbins. They're all saying the same thing, slightly different. They're putting their own ism on it, which is, it's not that you need to make more money. It's that you need to manage your money differently.
Yeah.
And after he read The Wisest Man in Babylon to me, I went back to sleep. The richest man in Babylon. I went back to sleep for about another 15 minutes, woke up, grabbed You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor says in his book, and I'm also listening to his seminar, a 10-hour seminar, he says in his book, you don't need to make more money. You need to better manage your money.
You don't need to make more money. You need to manage the money you got. That's crazy. Crazy.
So after I read that to you, I get up eventually and I go work out. And I'm working out, and I had this epiphany. And I said, wow, it's taken you this long to own up to the fact that you have not been good with money.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost as if I was living in denial, because in my mind, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I work hard. Right. And Bob Proctor tells a story about his father, who was very well known in their town. He's from a small town in Nova Scotia. He said his father would come home just like in black dust, because he worked, I guess, coal mine. It was, very much blue collar. And he said that his father's advice to him was, work hard, be honest, you'll be successful. Bob says that is one ingredient to being successful and wealthy. He said, but you got to work smart. And your money needs to work for you, not you working for your money. His father could only teach him what he knew, which was you work for money. And so I'm downstairs.
It's so crazy.
And I thought, wow, I've read this information, and it hits you differently. You start to look at it from a different lens when you start changing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh my goodness, I've not been good with money.
Yeah.
That hurt my ego.
And I haven't been good with money, but in a different kind of way. Because everything was provided for me. And so I guess I fit into that mold. I don't need to do anything. I just wait for stuff to materialize for me, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't think about, so I got the perfect example. I've given this before. Like, I was making $200,000 per year. right? A little bit over $200,000, but I was not saving it. I was not investing it. I was not investing it. And then I started investing money while I was working for DoorDash. I mean, the difference between making $200,000 and working for DoorDash is extreme. But I felt like, this is not working. I'm just going to try it. And look I mean, it happened. Yeah. It happened. Everything started stacking up for me on the investment side.
And you know what, Sekou? Sekou and I started watching this show on Netflix titled Get Rich. Get Rich?
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 words.
I don't know.
It's Get Rich. Something and it's like taught by this very successful, I think he's Indian.
Yeah, he wrote the book, I Will Teach You How to Be a Millionaire, which I've owned forever. I've owned that book forever, and I haven't read past page 4 or 5. I never read it, but I bought it, never read it. And I started reading it now.
Yes. In the show, it's a not a reality show. He basically goes out and helps these various couples manage their money, get out of debt, build wealth. There's a couple who have been married for 17 years, and not until coming on the show have they talked about money. And so I was like, I don't want to get stuck on this, but I'm so grateful that Sekou and I, let me say this to you, Sekou, I'm so grateful that you and I talk about money often.
Yeah.
We talk about money often, and we're also transparent about where we both are financially and where we want to be as a couple and individually.
Yeah.
And it's very uncomfortable, right? I don't know if it is for you. It's very uncomfortable. It's not
because again, I'm still 2 years old. I'm still 2 years old. I'm still get off me. I'm still building myself.
Oh my God.
I'm still, that's what happens when she really laughs. So I'm still building myself. I'm still, trying things out. I'm still getting to know everything around me. And that includes money. And I'm just really fascinated with everything around me that's related to money and how differently I encapsulated it versus how I'm encapsulating it now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I appreciate it's gonna sound how it's gonna sound because it comes from my heart. I really appreciate your stroke. I know, I do.
I did not sure you said that.
I appreciate it because your stroke has intensified and sped up your willingness to grow. Yeah. I don't know that we would have had these kind of conversations this soon without like having a counselor take us down that road had it not been for your stroke. Yeah. So many things. I mean, we've all said it, and you said it, that you are different. You are not the same person.
And actually, I'm seeing something in the graph, the graph with all the candles, and I'm seeing the trading. Yeah, trading. Okay. I'm seeing this. This is a gap. There's this gap. Like there's lines down here and there's lines up here, but in between here, it's empty space, and that's what happened to me. Like when I woke up up here. Like I made a gap jump somehow. Yeah. And I've been leading my life from here instead of down here.
Ooh. And so with that being said, I think we all get to be appreciative of your stroke. Because sometimes when a tragic occurrence happens to all of us, no matter what it is, and everyone, I at some point in your life, everyone is going to experience a or some tragic occurrences. From the loss of a parent, like that's a tragic occurrence. And so we get to reframe it and we get to find the blessing in it. And that requires work. That requires an open heart and a willingness. I mean, yes, you are so different, right? You are so different. And yet you're still the same. Like at the core of who you are still Sekou Wright. What I'm experiencing is a man who is willing to do all the work. And for those women who have a partner, a fiance, a husband, a boyfriend, a son, you all know how challenging it is to get these men to get a prostate exam, to go to the doctor, not this guy. Sekou is so willing now to do the work so that he can be a better person. And that's what the stroke did for you. The stroke also has kept you in the mindset of moving every single day. How many days is it as of today that you've been running every single day?
576, I think.
That is almost 2 years.
Yeah.
That is almost 24 months of running every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you heard him say it earlier. He did not want to run today. No. He does not want to run 99% of the time.
I don't. I do not wish it. I do not wish
it.
Yeah.
But you do it. You keep showing up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Sometimes we think that the work ends. Okay, so I've done the work and I'm here, so I'm going to stop. No. The work is your life condition. The work is now a lifestyle. You do this for the rest of your life. Not run every day, but be active every day. Do the work to become the person that you want to become is the work you do every day. So if that's reading, running, exercising, meditating, if that's Tai Chi, if that's swimming, hiking, prayer, you don't arrive there and think that there's nowhere else for you to go. You stay on the path, you stay embedded in the work. I personally cannot imagine you not running every day for the rest of your life. That's just me. I don't know.
There's been some periods now where it's affected me, and I've run a little bit, I've done these different things, but I've been consistent in getting out every 570 days.
Even when you're experiencing, let's talk about the sadness that you experience. Because I didn't know this about you until I read your book. So I've known Sekou for 20 plus years. We've been in a relationship now since 2020. So almost, 4 years. Not until I read his book, Hack Your Pain Now, as I'm looking around for it. We're bad self-promoters. Not until I read his book did I know that he experiences, you talk about it because you wrote it.
Well, I don't understand because I wrote the book before the stroke, and the stroke.
So in your book, you say that I've been known to experience low-level depression.
Oh yeah, low-grade depression.
Low-grade depression. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you also said something about like sadness. Like I tend to be sad. Do you remember that?
No.
No. Okay. I'll look for it.
Okay.
And so I didn't know any of these things about Sekou until we're in a relationship. And I thought, I think I wanted to pretend like I didn't read it. I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to pretend, right? Like we do. We pretend like we don't know things.
Right.
And I get to experience you being sad. And it's not easy. It makes me sad because I know that you must be feeling these various emotional levels because of the stroke.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, the pain I feel is every day. It's every day. There's no days off. Every day. When I wake up, I got to deal with the pain. The only time I miss dealing with the pain is when I'm asleep. That's it. That's it. And so that alone can get me down because got to deal with this pain every day. There's no breaks. There's no time off. No time off. 100% of the time, all the time, it's always fighting me.
Yeah.
And so that can weigh on me a little. That can weigh on me a little.
And yet, you still go out and run.
Yeah.
And I want to invite you, because you've written this book as an expert for people who are experiencing pain. And I'm curious as to, is there a way that one can be okay with being in pain every day?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so what you got to do is you got to do it. You got to do something every day. That's why I run every day, because I'm fighting the pain every day. I got to get up and get out there despite the pain. Despite the pain I feel in my leg, my foot, despite that pain, I got to go running. And that's hard work. But at the end of it, you get some oomph. You get some oomph. Yeah. You get some oomph that you've done it, that you've done a little bit. You fought back a little bit, and that'll make the day go a little bit better.
I am really proud of you, because I don't know what it's like to be in pain every day. I don't know what it's like. And I also know that I have a high threshold for pain. I just know that about myself. And so while I feel tightness and some other stuff in my body, I don't know that it can come anywhere close to what you're feeling. And I applaud you, because there are some people who have had a tragic occurrence who don't have the same awareness that you have, and they either choose or are directed into self-medicating, whatever that looks like. And that can never be the healthiest option for you, for anyone, is to self-medicate the pain. You have to, I think you get to meet it head on and come to terms with it. As you're continuing to find ways to minimize the pain, like seeing various doctors, while you're doing that, you also get to, on some level, surrender and make friends with the pain and say, you know what, this is a part of my life, and I'm no longer going to resist it. I'm not going to let it rule me. I'm not going to let it affect my mood. I'm going to continue to live my life with the pain until there's some solution, because you're still very much so proactive in finding a solution. But in the meantime, I think making peace with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that reminds me of something Reverend Melissa talks about. And through that, I was able to visualize my pain. And I made a character up in my head, and we were friendly for a minute, but I forgot it. But this just reminded me of it. So I'm going to bring that character to life again and be friendly with them and just be, because better that we be friends than foes.
Yes. And maybe this character will inspire you to write Hack Your Pain 0.20.
Maybe.
2.0, part 2.
Maybe. And on that note. Bye, folks. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for hanging out with us. Remember that now is better than perfect. All right? Later.